Bowls Buddies, hello and welcome to the county semi-final results programme. As you know, yesterday was the semi-finals of the inter-county knockout, so it's only right and proper that before I disappear to the Isle of Man, I do a quick roundup of the results. Guys, thanks for joining me. Remember, if you enjoy these videos, please hit the like button, and if you're not already a Bowls Buddy and a member of this wonderful community of ours, please hit the subscribe button. It's totally free of charge, and don't forget to hit the notification bell for notification of new content on the channel. First, an apology really more than anything. The cold I thought I had last Monday, it was actually a chest infection, and I've been laid low for a few days, which meant that filming has been virtually impossible because I couldn't get through a sentence without coughing my guts up. So apologies for that. So today I'm going to do a review of the results from yesterday's semi-finals. Now I'm jetting off to the Isle of Man till next Saturday, so hopefully next week we'll be back to some level of normality. So let's kick off with Yorkshire versus North Midlands, and Yorkshire used a very tricky Ossick Flying Horse green in Dewsbury, and North Midlands were going to the absolute graveyard of many a county side, Camden number 2 green. So let's look at the Yorkshire venue first, and I think it's fair to say it wasn't the result Yorkshire were looking for. Overall, they only won by 7 chalks, 6 winners apiece, and going through the results again, no single figure results at all in any of the 12 games, which just shows what a tight contest it was. The lowest scorer for Yorkshire was Dave Fox, who was the captain. Unfortunately, he lost to Darren Plenderleith, and the lowest score for the away side was 11 by Liam Dennis against Ashley Tattersley. So I think if you'd have said to the North Midlands lads, right, you're going to go up to Yorkshire, you're going to play a decent Yorkshire side on a green that they love, on a green that's pretty difficult, and you're only going to lose by 7 chalks, I think North Midlands would have absolutely snapped your hand off as they were going to their bank of green. Just before I look at those results, just want to shout out here for Harry Chapman, who managed to get a 21-19 win over Jack Dyson, who the previous night had won the Spen Victoria comp, which takes a bit of doing, and Jack's on a bit of form, so that was a great win for Harry. I've heard there was a bit of controversy in the run-up to the game that I don't really want to get involved with, or I don't know a lot about, to be honest, but that was a good win for him. So that's the situation. Yorkshire, they've won by 7. Not their away teams at Camden. Surely they can't do a job down there. Well, if I said to you, Yorkshire, you're going to go away, you're going to have 9 winners and win by 32 chalks on Camden, I think they'd have laughed at me. But that's exactly what they did. They grabbed the bull by the horn and got stuck in from game 1, and it wasn't until the 8th jack that they had a loser, which is absolutely phenomenal. They only had 3 losers in the entire game. Again, no massive wins, no big runaway victories. The best win for Yorkshire, Wayne Mosley 21-13 over Stuart Perry. Sorry, Josh Mordew 21-10 winner over Natty Tonks. Josh on a lot of form, lot of good form, won the Yorkshire Merit recently, and also the North Lancs and Fyle pairs with his partner Sarah Edmondson, so obviously on a lot of form. North Midlands, they just couldn't handle the beast that is the Yorkshire away team, I guess. Tyler Dewis was the best winner, 21-11 over James Hanson. Richard Burdett Minor 21-18 over Alex Wolfenden, and Stuart Nash 21-14 winner over Chris Mordew. Those were the only 3 winners of the day, the consecutive games. So an amazing performance by the Yorkshire away team. I can't tell you just how good a result that is. So Yorkshire won overall by 39 chalks, 15 winners to 9, so they are through to the final the first Sunday in October, where they will play the winner of Greater Manchester and Warwick and Worcester. And Greater Manchester trying Moorside Cricket and Bowling Club in Oldham for their home venue. And if you remember in the preview, I said it wasn't particularly difficult, wasn't really a county green, and I think that was borne out in the results really. Warwick and Worcester are a very strong away side, and they kicked off with a 21-7 win, first game on Tom Palmer over Nigel Greenhalgh. And then really it was nip and tuck all the way through, 6 winners apiece, not a lot in it. Nicky Brooks had a 21-7 win over Grant Soller. Adam Higgins had a 21-8 win over Neil Harrell. Gary Ellis managed to record a 21-18 win over Elliot McGuinness. But really, there were a lot of chalk swap. John Palmer 21-15 win over Matt Gillis. Jimmy Darby came out of retirement for a 21-11 win over the man who was getting his 100th cap, Steve Darling. Overall, last game on, pulled a few chalks back. Sorry, looking at the wrong column. So it ended up with a Greater Manchester win, but only by 3 chalks, which isn't anywhere near enough really. You know, I think if you'd have said to the Warwick and Worcester lads, you're going to lose by 3 overall, they wouldn't have been happy, but they'd have took it. There's that's not enough to defend for the away team. And they went to Moor Lane Bowling Club, one of their banker greens, Warwick and Worcester, and again they kicked off with a 21-5 win, Ben Harris over Jack Holland, who did play after all, and it wasn't a COVID scare, so that's good. Another single figure winner later in the game, Neil Clark 21-9 over John Ashton. Jack Hargreaves replied with a 21-7 card over Paul Hemmings. But really, although winners, it was only 7-5 in Warwick and Worcester's favour, those 2 single figure cards really made the difference, and they finished with a 24 chalk win at Moor Lane, which, you know, is a reasonably good performance by Greater Manchester. I would have expected 30 plus at least on there. Some great results really. Chris Hayes winning 21-14 over Ryan Prosser. Dave Walker 21-15 over Rob Carter. Robbie Ellis, the Yorkshire Raider, 21-14 over Scott Follis. Some really good performances. And Warwick and Worcester the same. Greg Smith did his usual and just won 21-10 over Dean Ferris. Ross Dunkley 21-11 over Ben Glogg. James Seville 21-13 over Andy Raymond. So some really good cards. So overall, 11 winners Greater Manchester, 13 winners Warwick and Worcester, but it was a 21-point win for Warwick and Worcester. So a little bit closer than I thought it would have been. I thought Warwick and Worcester would have won a bit more convincing than that, but obviously the Greater Manchester lads dug in and really gave it their best. So that means Warwick and Worcester versus Yorkshire in the final, first Sunday in October. As soon as the teams are out and the venues are named, I will do a little preview and give you my thoughts on the final. But certainly at the start of the season, I think when you looked at the draw, Warwick and Worcester, Yorkshire in opposite halves, that's probably who you would have picked. Warwick and Worcester are a bit of a machine really, and I think there's only possibly Yorkshire who could stop them currently. Well, obviously because they're in the final, but you know what I mean. North Midlands did manage to beat Warwick and Worcester a couple of years ago, and I think it helps North Midlands because they've got some silly greens, but they also know the Birmingham greens pretty well. It's going to be interesting. There's been some good games between Warwick and Worcester and Yorkshire over the years. I've got an inkling where Yorkshire might go, but I can't say anything. It's just my own thoughts really. I've no idea where Warwick and Worcester will go, to be honest, so it's going to be nice to find out and see who's playing who, and it's just going to be a really good game. There's class acts all over the place, and hopefully I might even manage to get to see the final this time, with it being in October, but who knows. Who knows what will happen? So I'm going to leave it there because I need to catch a plane to the Isle of Man. I'm going to go and edit this and put it online, and when you see this at 5 o'clock I'll just be landing at Ronaldsway Airport on the Isle of Man. So that's me for the next few days. So guys, thanks for watching. It's really enjoyable looking back at those games. I hope you've enjoyed it too. If you do, please hit that like button and tell your friends that the channel exists. That's all I would like you to do. So I'll say goodbye. If you go down the green, stay safe, look after one another, be nice to one another, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now.